Why? Why? Why you not feel me? What? Ah, job? Okay.
All right. Line up, everyone, when you're ready. Thank you for joining us online. We're going to do our standard 11 to 1 here, which is our midday, which is really classic Kung Fu training. We're going to go through some of our routines. We're going to do conditioning, working on our core, do a little pushy hands, sticky hands at the end. So thank you for joining us. Hopefully you enjoy. You'd enjoy it probably more if you came and trained with us. I know we would. Thank you. Okay, everyone's so far away. All right, yeah, come a little closer. Maybe just come up, yeah, so we can do 2 rows. And feet together, and then we bow. All right, so midday, most of you have done it. You haven't, but don't worry, it's pretty easy. We're gonna do a brief little warm up, then we're gonna go into vein tendon, then do grinding, then some Chien. Don't worry if you don't know what this is, I will be here to help you. And then we're going to go up to the gym, do some conditioning, come down, do some more conditioning, and then pushy hands, sticky hands. Okay? So to start, we're just going to start with some jumping jacks. Right, warm the body up. And now we're going to start jogging around the mats. When Oz says push-ups, you do 5 push-ups. When Michelle says squats, you do 5 squats. Push-ups. If you have to do them on your knees, that's okay. And then back. Not going to give you much time to run here. And butt kickers. And knee highs. Oh, what was that, Oz?
Push-ups in there.
Okay, let's get some push-ups in. And still going with the high knees. Get them up there. Get it down there. All right, still going with high knees. You can run past me if you want. And back to jogging. And line back up. And back into our rows. And just going to open up the hip a little bit. If you have to put the foot down, that's okay. I just want to get as much rotation as you can. And changing direction. And switching legs. Trying to get your breath under control. Doing a couple different things here. And changing directions. All right, shake the legs out. And that's probably good. I'd like to go longer, but we have other things to do. So now, vein tendon. If you know what I'm talking about, slide over to your right. If you don't know what I'm talking about, or you want a refresher, come over here with me to the left. Those of you who feel comfortable, come up to the front if you'd be so kind, so those behind you can kind of look and cheat a little bit if they have to. Thank you, Oz. Okay, remember to take nice full breaths. Don't rush through it. So we talked a little bit about this in the morning, tonifying the fascia. This practice is all about that. So fortunately, we're going to be in this horse riding stance, right? So by the end of the day, you're going to be like, oh, I know this stance. That's good. And I'm going to slide over just slightly so you don't have to stare at my face when we do this. And we're going to make a fist. We're going to just have the thumbs rest on the sides there. And on the inhale, we're going to be relaxed. And on the exhale, we're going to stretch the fascia. So what that looks like here is you're going to start to pull in the diaphragm, right? This pulls the tailbone down and kind of picks the pelvic bone up. This pushes the knees out to the side, right? That's what's happening in the legs at every one we do. The upper body changes a little bit. But for the first one, you're just going to pull the knuckles down all the way to the ground, right? Exactly. Keep the back straight, so we don't want to come forward. You did a good job of readjusting. And you can even turn the hand a little bit if you're feeling some tightness here. And you're just trying to stretch that fascia and think about opening up all the joints. This is on the exhale. I'm going to make a face. Don't worry about the face. It's a little bit more advanced. But real brief, it's called the Sum-Chien face, but real brief, you just make a frown, right? I know. And then you kind of show your teeth, and everything's open. Eyes are open. We're stretching the fascia in our face and in our neck, so you're getting this tightening, which then would give you strength here, right? That's the idea, is tonifying that up. It's a very vulnerable spot. Again, you don't have to make the face. We do a whole class on the face alone, but that was a 10-second crash course, right? So here we go. Inhale, relaxed. Exhale, pulling in, stretching, opening up all the joints. And then when you are done exhaling, relax on the inhale. Really pulling those hands down and relax. And what you're hoping for, normally you do it 9 times. We're just going to do it 5 because we're teaching, so we don't want to be here all morning. The idea is thinking about that stretch. That's everything. Really expanding it and going for this kind of elastic rubber band type feeling. That when you stretch on the exhale, it's like that, and then when you release, everything just kind of bounces back naturally. You might not get that at first because you're still building up the fascia, but over time, this is what we're going for, right? So the next one, bring the hands out to the sides, And we're going to push the hands out, but as you're doing that, you're also pulling this elbow forward so it stops you from making the arm straight, right? So I'm here, and as I'm pulling here, it kind of stops me, but I'm still getting this idea of lengthening all the tissue and all the bones in my hands, right? So I'm really trying to stretch the hands. Same thing as before with the legs, where you're pulling in, pulling the pelvic bone up. This pushes the knees out, creating that tension here. Come on in, Jimmy. Good to see you. Welcome back. This is the hardest one to get used to in the beginning, but your form's good. It's looking good. It's just kind of getting that feel for you're still extending and pulling. So the next one, I'll actually do one more of that. Closer. Your elbows look great, but we want our hands turned around. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. And we're still going to stay in the stance. And now we're going to come to the side. Same thing here, you're just going down. And this is probably the easiest one to kind of feel this elastic bounce back, because you're just pulling your shoulders down. And then when you release, they naturally want to come back up, right? So we're not trying to pull them up, they just naturally do that, right? So again, as relaxed as possible on the inhale. And on the exhale, we start the stretch, pulling in to the diaphragm. Legs go out, hands go down. Pushing the head up. Get some ferociousness on that, velocity, right? It's definitely not your dating profile pic. No, but it is that get out of my face before I rip your head off kind of look. Yeah, this is what we're thinking. Let's do one more. Well, yeah, so you got the attitude in that one. Saw that. And so the next one, it's easy to come up like this, and then you just want to turn the hands over. Nice work. You kept the elbow down. So this is what we want instead of this. So you did a good job. Yep, keeping those elbows down. And here we're going to extend the shoulders forward. But let me rephrase that. We're going to extend the arms as far as we can, but we want to keep the shoulder in the socket. So you're doing a good job. You're keeping the chest up. This is what we want. If we collapse the chest, this comes out. It's not what we want. We want this, right? And so you're just thinking about lengthening arms, sending the fingers and the wrists to the other side of the room, right? Everything else the same down below. So on the exhale, pulling in, and then pushing the hands out. Releasing on the inhale. If you finished, find a partner of similar strength and start doing the grinding exercises. Do one more, keep going. I just want to check your back. So if you can, get that tailbone tucked a little bit. Yes, there you go. You don't have to go lower in the knees. Your knees are fine. Just getting that tailbone tucked, yep. Getting that back nice and straight. That's probably the hardest part in the beginning, because nobody does that. Right, we're told the opposite. Get the arch, get the shoulders back, chest up, right? So for this one, we're going to open the feet because you're going to squat. So whatever's comfortable. Your feet can be forward or slightly open. Just this is kind of difficult to squat in. And we're going to have the arms out, but we're not going to do anything with the arms. We're not even going to really worry about concentrating anything in the core. What we're really thinking about is stretching out the vertebrae. So we're going to go down into a squat, relaxed, inhale. And then on the exhale, we're going to come up. You want to imagine like maybe a heavy boulder or stone on your head, and you're trying to push it up, and you're trying to lengthen your spine. Make it nice and long so you can visualize your head really going through the ceiling. Right? These visualization can really help. So here we are, nice and relaxed. We inhale. Now just go down. So here's the thing. Just go down as far as you can keep your back straight. So if you notice here, you're good, and then you suddenly start to do this, this is fine. It's not about how low we go in the squat. It's about how well can we keep the back straight, right? Because if I'm here, now when I'm starting to go up, my energy is going that way, and I'm trying to go up. So this would be better, right? So don't try to necessarily go as low as you can. I'm going to go all the way down because I've been doing it for a while. So my body's warmed up and used to this. You're on day one, right? So, no, and I certainly couldn't do it when I first came. So it's not like it's like everyone can do it, just not you. No, it's like this is standard. Most people can't. So you just pay attention to that, right? So again, inhale down, exhale up. Keeping that chin tucked in and really pushing the crown. Or pulling, I mean, it's kind of hard to say. It's a little bit of both, right? But stretching that spine, right? Do you have any questions? No. Okay, so here we go. Inhale. Feel free to move at your own breath. So try not to bring the shoulders too far forward. Yep. Right? Again, this is fine. Right? Yep. Looking good. Right? Do two more with you. Okay, grab some water real quick. If you have any questions on those, don't hesitate. Yeah, they were asking Kanika some questions. She should have released them by now.
Okay, so they're
But
not in the lesson or anything?
what?
They're not in the lesson?
No, they already did the lesson,
Okay.
and now they're just asking questions.
Okay.
Yeah. But I would say you can partner up with, if you're done, you and Vasily can partner up. Okay, so now we're going to do what is known as the grinding exercise. So we're teaching ourselves how to use the whole body as one unit, right? And we're teaching ourselves the block kind of movements. I know you don't know the blocks yet. That's okay. And we're kind of teaching a little bit of touch sensitivity, but it's more about the structure. So we want to get into a walking stance. And you don't know what this is yet, but we're going to use this quite a bit. So the toe and the heel are in a line with each other, but the front foot's turned in, right? And the back foot's open. And our hips are facing forward. Both legs are bent. 60%'s on the back. So this is the opposite. Yeah, this is a walking stance. That was bow and arrow stance. The walking stance is what we use in all the, like, the tiger crane freehand kung fu.
Yeah.
Right? The bow and arrow we use for weapons in Chuanyang. Yeah, right. Come on in. If you need to do a quick little warm-up, do a warm-up. Yeah. I would say maybe do a warm-up and then do vein tendon. And then don't just probably skip the grinding and go right into some Qian. So we're going to bring it up, right? And here, you're going to turn your hand towards me, and you're going to push towards my heart. Really push, right? And I'm not going to let you touch my heart. I'm going to turn, and now I'm going to push. And you, yep, exactly, right? And we're offering up some resistance. Yep. So now use your whole body, right? So what I mean by that, no, keep going, keep pushing, right? You're pushing here, and I'm using my waist to turn you. And now I'm using my whole body. I'm pushing through my legs, not just my arm. Right, here I am again, and I'm turning, right? Yes. Yes. Okay, awesome. Now let's switch sides. Same thing. Nice walking stance. Right? Yep. And I turn, push. Yep, there we go. Oops, sorry. Put my dirty fingers in your face. That's what you get. Welcome to Kung Fu. Nice. Yeah, there you go. Using the hips. This is good. Using the whole body. There we go. Okay. That's the first one. Now we're going to work a little bit more on the block, and they're going to get a little bit more involved. So here, we start with a half circle. I'm not sure the whole logic. I have a few ideas, but so we're just going to go this way, and you're going to rotate around. So what I mean by that, it's easier if you do it because we're doing this way, is as you come down, rotate around. Exactly, just like that. Perfect. If you can have a little bend, great. But this is what we're going for. This would be a lower crane block. And now from here, I'm going to come up and make a full circle around. So I'm rotating around the elbow, and now you're going to do it. So you're going to come up, right? Nice. Okay. And then we want to engage the whole body, right? So I'm turning my hips. Now I'm turning my hips again. So I'm not using my arm to do that.
Yeah.
And now I'm dropping it down, and I'm turning my hips back. So I'm using my legs, I'm using my core, I'm using my shoulder, I'm using my arm, I'm using all of it. So this is the main idea is we want to, and you're doing a great job. This is amazing. Easy. Yeah, you guys are already on pinky, right? So you did thumbs, and then you go pinky, yeah. Nice. Yeah, and you're using your whole core. This is going to make this really easy. Might make you work for it a little bit.
The other hand should be there or both sides?
If you can have it in the center line, it's always good. But it's fine down here. But yeah, this is always good. Center line. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. You're using the core. That's the hardest part to teach people, is how to use the whole body. Yep.
I can tell.
What's that?
You're making it tough.
Yeah, yeah, you want to get your partner to sweat a little bit if you can, even in the cold weather.
I'm not making it hard for you.
Once you've finished, go ahead and start the Samchian. Okay, I think we did more than enough on that side. Right, and then again. Yeah, nice. Mosquito. There you go, yeah. It's not fair, I've been doing this for a while, I know what I'm doing. Now the more you can keep the elbow in, the easier it is. Yeah, the more power you have. So like here, keeping that elbow in, yeah, you end up having a little bit more power, or a little bit more tension. Power probably isn't the best word there. All right, now let's switch. Again, now we're going to go pinky side. So same idea, except for now you go the other way. Yes, exactly. And then I come back, and you want to rotate it around, yep. Nice. Yep, nice use of the legs there, that's good. It is, very good. It's the hardest thing. Most people just want to try to use their arm
Yeah.
and not use the hips and not use the legs. But that's a major point of this, is to teach us to use that whole body as one unit. It's kind of a major function of Kung Fu.
Yep.
If we're just trying to use an arm or a leg, we're really missing out. I've started the timer. There you go, use those hips, yep. Yes, very nice, switch sides. Right. So that's the other thing you can work on too, is sinking that tailbone down, so your butt kind of sticks out, and then your center of balance is off a little bit, and you'll notice you kind of sometimes will be doing this,
Yeah.
and that's because your tailbone isn't down and you're not sunk in the stance.
Okay.
So this is part of kind of the technique of learning to be sunk in our stance. All right, okay, and then we salute, right? Feel free to grab a little drink of water and then we'll go over the Samchian.
Perfect.
Yeah, yeah. See how they're doing over here. Try to push those hips back just a little bit. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I already have so much trouble with them like that, and now they need to be there.
Yeah, yeah. You're making it harder on yourself because you're having this tendency to do this. And so it's just this. Instead of, yeah, that looks really good. Your knees don't have to be so bent, but that looks very good.
When I did the Samchen with Master Ian, he let me go down very far.
Sure.
So now I feel like I need to do that everywhere.
You don't worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't do a ton of corrections on the first couple of gradings. He'll do a little bit, but as you move up, he tightens it up. But
This move.
all of them.
I push my arms down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was doubting about that.
Okay. So now let's do the Samchen. So this is what they're working on. It's the first of the tiger crane. It's very important. It teaches us springy power, right? And springy power comes from being relaxed and getting this elastic. So, right, you can hear that sound,
Yeah.
right? Compared to,
Yeah.
right, because I'm stiff. So we want to be relaxed.
Okay.
And we're going to do it the easy way. So we're going to start in that horse riding stance, right? We open that foot to just 11 o'clock, and then we just step forward. And here, the toe and the heel are in alignment because we're in a walking stance. So we have 60% in the back, right? We inhale, bring the hands to the Qingming, and then you're going to hold the breath, right? And when you do that, you're going to shoot out the hands, and the hands come out like this. We can just do it slow together. Yep, out like this. Still holding the breath. We pull the fingers in, pull the shoulders back, and then down. And as you pull the shoulders down, you rotate from the elbows. The elbows come in. And now this pinky is kind of rotating around, right? This is the best I can do because this is as flexible as I am, right? I'm a little tight in the shoulders, but we want to try to get those elbows in the center, but keeping the chest up, right? So I can do this, but this is terrible. This is much better. I'm not flexing, but there is a stretch, right? I'm working the fascia. And then I'm pulling into the diaphragm the whole time, and then I release. Now I open my foot. I step through. Inhale. Pull the fingers, pull the shoulders, pull them down, rotate the elbows, trying to make a V. Pulling in. Right? We don't have to worry about the noise, it'll just happen, right? If we breathe in, pulling in your diaphragm. Pull it some more, right? And now release. Right? Now we open that left foot, take one more step. It'll come. Pull the fingers, pull back the shoulders, pull down the shoulders, rotate around. Okay, so now we've taken 3 steps. Now we're going to take 3 steps back. So bring that foot, right? And then rotate that front one, same thing. And what you want to avoid, pull, yeah. Again. Okay, so it's looking good. What we want to avoid when is this. We want to keep the chest up, so the shoulders stay in. Right? If the shoulders come out, the energy actually goes here and not here. Yeah. If anything, we're kind of squeezing the shoulder blades and the elbows together. And if the energy comes up and out. And you just want to be as relaxed as you can. Yeah. You want to try? Yeah. I have some questions. Oh, okay. Let's teach you the ending. Okay, fun. Keep going. Keep going. I'll keep my eye out. Okay. The end. Okay, so you've gotten to your back, your last step, right? We're here. The right foot should be back. Yep. And here, we just did our breath out. We open the left foot, we step in, and this is like a block or a punch. Could be either or. You're thinking about mouth height, jaw height, right? And we want it to be far enough out that it could be blocking a punch like this, right? It could also be punching, but it could also be blocking. So we don't want to be here. We want to be out kind of like 45-degree angle. If this was a 90-degree, we want to be in the middle of that, right? Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. So block punch. Here you squeeze the shoulders together and trap, right? So trap. Let the right arm be to the outside because we don't want to hit the wrists, right? So I don't want to do that. Just a slight, yeah. Right, exactly. And this is like a trap, right? So try to hit them. No. Yes. Right? So we're not doing this. We're doing that. So they're hitting. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So now it starts to get a little tricky. We're here. Let that right hand come down. Yep, just in front of the leg. That other hand, it's right there. Yep. So as the left hand comes down, the right hand just comes back. Yep. And then you're going to bring that other hand up, and the same thing. Right? This hand just comes back to here, and this hand is here. Yeah. It's complicated. Trust me. It doesn't look it, but it is. It is, right? So let's try that sequence again. We're here. Block. Trap. Drop that right hand. Right hand comes up. Same thing other side. Yeah, ideally it's kind of like this because it'd be kind of like a block. So it could be a block. It wouldn't be the best way to block, but it can also be, you know, in Kung Fu we say one move, 1,000 applications. So another thing that's happening is if someone was grabbing my wrist, right? I could also do that, right? That could be another thing that's happening, is I'm moving my hand and chopping at it. So this is what we're getting, right? So that sequence again, block, trap, so from here, right? You want the other foot forward, yep. And you're just going to drop that hand. And yeah, don't worry so much about doing this. In real time, it's something like this. Right? So you're not, yeah. So we're not, you know, we want, and turn the hand. Yep, just like that. Yeah, a little bit faster. Yeah. Yeah, so at the end, we go here, I go here, right? We're in this position. And the hand's already ready. strike out, just striking out with that left hand, and then reversing. So it's basically a Shaolin punch, but your hands are open. Yes, sounds good. So just work on that, and then we'll do the very ending point. Just get that in, yeah, and I'll come back and we'll get the rest of it. Make sure that's locked in, though. So practice that. Do you have any questions? No? Okay. Geniuses. Love it. You probably can't hear that, but it sounds nice.
You just like after you've done the breath out, where do my hands go as I'm like stepping? You
Just down to here.
stay there. Okay.
Yeah, just down to there.
Yeah.
So you kind of have, right, I went a little fast there, but, so it's just kind of coming down,
Yeah.
coming down. Right. Yeah. Let's see it. Yep, so just keep those shoulders in place and you'll be good to go. Yeah, that's going to be the hardest thing. Yes.
I don't know, I don't remember. How is that called? How's that called?
Oh, the name of it.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not alone.
Holding up heaven to stabilize earth.
That's my tattoo. Yeah. The rest of the body is
Yeah.
for young moves.
Or supporting heaven to stabilize earth. It's kind of interpreted a couple different ways, but
Supporting the heaven or heavens?
it's typically heavens.
Heaven. Supporting the heavens to
Yeah,
stabilize the earth.
because there's multiple heavens. There's like 36 different heavens, and they represent different energy centers in the body. But that's very, very advanced, so we're not going to get into that.
Supporting the heavens to stabilize the earth.
Yeah. Or holding up the heavens to stabilize the earth. I've seen it interpreted as both, I believe. It's also in that
Yeah,
blue
no,
folder.
no, just I'm psychopathic.
Okay. Yeah. Do some Chen. Yeah.
When you feel the stretch in your back, do you feel like a viscid stretch as well? Kind of from the scapula, like a little bit. Because I'm trying to do it without the shoulder popping out. But sometimes I feel like if I keep my shoulder in, then I'm restricting it too. So I'm gonna do it. Sorry.
Did you just get a tattoo?
So now I'm starting to feel that back stretch.
Okay.
But are my shoulders out?
I don't know if they're out, but your back isn't. You're leaning forward. So the main function of this is the arms.
Yeah.
It's not really the back.
Okay. But when I do feel that stretch, then I also feel more connected in general. So that's why I'm asking this to understand if my lumen is right or.
I think you're focusing on the wrong things.
Okay.
My understanding has always been the arms. So keep your chest up.
Oh yeah. That was the other thing. Yeah.
So that's what allows the shoulders to come forward, is really the chest. That's where you want to have the
So
focus.
is my shoulder in the right place?
I think so.
And once I keep the chest up. Okay.
Then it probably feels different in the back.
Yeah, but I can still get that sensation or a stretch in the back too, with the chest up.
Yeah, but I would say you're focusing on the wrong thing. You're focusing on your back. It's not, that's not the function of that particular stretch. That stretch is
Are
working.
my arms incorrect right now?
No, they look fine, but that's what your intention should be on your arms. It should be on opening all of these. It shouldn't be on your back, really.
Okay.
So if you're sitting here concentrating on your back and trying to make sure that you get this back stretch, you're not getting this. This is what you want to be focusing on.
Yeah.
If you can do both, awesome.
Okay.
But the arms are where the focus is.
So if I am getting the arms, and my next point is to connect here, because I'm feeling this in some places. Some places there's gaps. What can I do to?
You just have to keep doing it.
Okay.
There's no shortcut.
Yeah, I think I'm just asking for like.
I know, because you want it like that.
No, I don't want it. I understand that it's going to take years. But
Why don't-
where do I put my awareness? I understand. Okay.
Here,
arms.
you put it right in your arms.
And once I feel the stretch, I just keep the awareness here, or
Well, it's the awareness is in the fascia. So again, it comes down to it. You just have to do it because it'll start to reveal itself more and more. Because you'll start to feel where you're tight in your arms. Like right now, you probably think you're getting a full stretch, and I can almost guarantee you're not. And then after you're doing it for a while, your body will start to loosen up, and things will start to be able to, and you'll be like, oh, wow. For example, myself and Priska, it took us doing iron shirt before we started to feel our sides doing this, and now we both feel the sides. So it just takes time. It takes time for the hip to open up so that the legs can do this. It takes continuous repetitive practice. And then you'll start to realize, oh, I've been doing this and I can actually get a little bit more. I haven't been stretching fully the whole time.
okay. And I'm stretching, but my shoulder's not out, right? That's the thing I'm conscious about is because I don't want to do that.
I mean, they're forward a little bit, but they're not like this.
So this is fine.
If you bring the chest up, they can't go forward. They just physically can't.
So this is okay.
You have to collapse the chest in order to do it. Yeah, looks good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just like want to get that right so I can do it on my own. I'm not passing.
No, you're doing fine. You're fine. Even if you're doing it a little bit wrong, it'll kind of reveal itself. That's what I'm talking about. Is like, that's why in the beginning in Chinese Kung Fu, the Chinese aren't so worried about having perfect structure because they just know that you're going to have to do something a couple hundred times before you even have the awareness of what you're doing. So it's like, yeah. Okay. We got a few minutes. We can try to get this going. Show me what you got. Okay. Yeah. It's there. Right? Remember the moves. This is good. So from here, you turn the hand. Right? So we turn that hand towards the center, and now we're just going to shuffle back. So we shuffle back by pushing off that front foot. Right? You just shuffle back. And now here comes the tricky part. You bring this hand to the opposite hip. Yeah, you don't move. I'm just turning around, otherwise you won't be able to see me. So I'm bringing this hand to this hip. And then once it's there, I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to have my arm be straight. Yep, but have it straight. Yeah. And the elbow ideally close to the center as possible, but obviously this is not good, right? This is better. And then what we do with the left hand, do you remember the beginning of the routine? Exactly. So in the beginning of the routine, we do this, and then we're here, right? So now do that. Just do that with me, right? And now bring that right hand down. So this is how you want to close. So then what's happening is, here, coming back, and then that left hand comes out with the right hand. Now you do want this hand to be below the shoulder, right? And so it's here, you come back. Yeah. And then from here, just come back into your horse riding. Bring your hands up here. And close. And then come back and bow. That was a lot. I know, a little bit of a crash course there. Do we have any other questions before we go up to the gym? No? Did you have a question, Jean-Pierre?
No, I just want to remember just after this movement where
No, drop the right hand.
right.
Yeah, because it's on the outside. Drop it down. Yeah, do it relatively fast. And then the other side, exactly. Yeah,
Okay, I remember.
all right.
Just as a problem from here to here.
Yeah, you're not alone. Yeah.
So the one started here because I always forget. Walking stance. Also, I would like to know its name because I will be ordered to do that and I will be like, what?
It's called a back stance.
So I start with something like that. That's what I don't remember.
In the routine, you're actually more like this. So it really doesn't matter how you start. And you come back. Yeah. Yeah, something like that.
It's great.
You can go back a little bit further. And you can get this. Yeah. Well, not necessarily. You just want to avoid closing up the gap.
Opposite bone arrow.
You still want to stay what?
An opposite bone arrow. Stay from.
Yeah. But the hips do come out.
What they do?
Yeah. The hips come out.
Like that. Okay, it's
Yeah.
easy to come out.
Yeah, more or less.
And last one, if you like,
Yeah.
if you really apply this one to me and really hit me, I hope you don't get hurt. It will really fix up my confidence to do that more.
Okay.
Are you into that?
So, right in there.
No way. It's with that. We hit with that, I thought.
No. You hit with your fingers. There's a point right
I thought we were
right
hitting
in
with
there,
that.
right in the hip. No, you hit with the fingers. Bam.
So they are the soft area.
Yeah.
Soft area.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You could go in right here too above.
If the guys,
Well, there's a point right in.
I think at
Right
least
in
this
there,
one
but-
is softer. There
Yeah.
are nerves here, so
Yeah, there's nerves all throughout there, so
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what you'd be going for. Yeah.
yeah.
Those nerve points. Yeah. Bam, and then bam. Yeah. Yeah, you make the hands angle down. So it's not a straight, they angle like that.
And they aim here, down here. Okay.
Right.
Lower, it's lower.
Yeah, if you wanted. Either or. Okay, everybody, grab your stuff. If you want to, bring it to the gym. You don't have to. I'm going to keep my stuff down here except for my phone. Okay. Sorry to hear that.
Food is still, it's nothing, just
Okay, we'll take a rest. Yeah, yeah. Take care of yourself. Digest that food. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We want that. Yeah, there you go. Sounds nice. Can I join? Pretty sure I got to teach. Yeah, I know, I know. Okay, everybody, let's go. Keep that energy up. Oh, we're late. Yeah, so let's go. Hustle it up.
came home last night and I was worried.
Everybody, let's go. Here we go. Ants in a row.
Ants in a row.
Yeah. Ants go marching one by one. Hurrah, hurrah. Ants go marching one by one. Hurrah, hurrah. The ants go up, the ants go down, something, something. Yeah. Do I not
I don't really hear that, but maybe that's
really hear it in America?
no,
Ants go marching, 2 by 2.
no, that's not what I'm saying.
Hurrah, hurrah. Oh, my accent?
Yes, that was what I was implying.
Well, I've been here for a long time. Everyone else's accent. So I have a British accent. I can get a little bit
To be honest,
German.
I really couldn't. I had no idea where you were from based on your accent. Yeah.
Curious? You could have maybe even stayed in here, but okay, you're going to be with me,
Okay.
so I'll show you what to do. Okay, everyone, let's pick a spot. If you don't know exactly what you're doing, come join me. I'm going to be doing the bamboo outside. Otherwise, 3 or 4 people to a station. If you don't know the stations, come ask me. I'm happy to help. Okay, pick up some bamboo. Oh, we don't. What?
It's a joke.
No, no, no. We have too many people. You got to go to a different station.
Okay, I go to the station.
Yeah? So just someone. John Paul, do you need to know a station? I'm more than happy to help you. Okay, so kind of what Neo's doing. Yep, you're just working on your striking. Exactly. If you haven't started already, do begin. So, what we're doing here is we're getting a good stance. We want to hold it in one hand, and you're trying to get a wave of energy to go through, right? So you fling it up, get that wave, fling it down, It's not so much about lifting it up and down, it's about getting that ripple. So it's this explosive movement. It's just little explosive movements, right? Trying to get it to wiggle, send that energy through. Old school. This is building up the fascia, building up the core, building up the ligaments in your arms, really in the elbows. Doing a lot of core work.
Is it mostly your upper or lower arm using them simultaneously?
Yep, all of it all at once, if you can. Right? And then switch sides. Right? Yeah, trying to use the whole body to just get as much of a shake as you can. Mine's really stiff, so I'm not getting much of a ripple, but I'm getting this movement. So you kind of explosively move it and then stop it and let the energy travel through. And switch again. And now we're going to do left to right. Right, so maybe not so much, Neil. Not so much movement. You're doing a lot of movement.
Not so much hip movement, huh?
It's explosive. Look at, it's not, this isn't what we're going for. We want explosion to one side, explosion to the other side. And switch. Kind of not really. It's just trying to explode. You don't really have to decelerate. You're just trying to stop. As far as this goes, I'm trying to explode and then stop. So I guess in a way decelerate, but you're not like trying to like slow it down. You're trying to abruptly like stop. So it's like this, right? There's explosive. I don't have to try to stop it. It just does because my body has stopped moving. So you're shooting it out. I'm not sure if that really answered your question. It didn't feel very complete, but you're smart, so it makes it easy. Okay, and relax. You can do circles with that as well, but we didn't have enough time. So, switching stations. Nice work, I like it, keep it up. So you're going to that station out there. If you have questions, I think Pia can probably answer them. If not, I can. Okay, so get ready and begin. So here, we're just striking. So you can start with your fist. And what you want to do is you want to dent the sandbag without just pushing it, right? So I'm not trying to push it, but I want to dent it. And I'm switching my legs so I can use my whole body. Right? I'm conditioning my fist. So make sure you have a nice fist. You want your fingers to all be kind of equal, right? So they're level. It's like, just for this, it's like this. You could turn if you wanted. Either would be acceptable. Right? And then you can use the side of your hand. And again, you want to dent it, not just push it. It's okay if it moves a little bit. That's to be expected. And then you can also use the palm itself, so this lower heel of the palm, right? And so what you can do here is you kind of drive it down and in. See if you can't get that bag to make an indentation. Yeah. And using that whole body to drive the heel of the palm.
Or just here, or the whole thing?
Just kind of here.
Oh, here. Okay.
Yeah, I'm driving that in. Because you can think about if you're going to drive that right into someone's nose, that would be vicious, right? Comparably to the whole thing, it would still hurt, but you get a little extra speed and a little extra power, and that creates more force. So, and then you can also smack with the hand. So you can hit with the whole palm and the whole back, or you can just hit it with the fingers and the knuckles. It's really up to you. This is good for your fingers. This is good for conditioning the whole hand, but also teaching us how to move the body as one unit. Don't forget to switch hands. And then we'll do some more conditioning down there with the hands. And relax. Relax. Switching stations. Okay, so grab a pole. Okay, finding a spot. And begin. So here, we're working on conditioning the forearm, right?
So I can do can see someone stay there so I can...
Sure, yeah, you want to slide over? So, we're going to work on our stance work as well. So we step into a walking stance, right? You don't have to hit it too hard, but we do want to hit it and stick, right? Then the other side, right? Just do this a few times. Your first few times, you might get some bruising. That's to be expected, right? But we want to condition that up, and over time, you won't get bruising. Right? Do try to hit the bone and not just the muscle, because we're teaching ourselves basically how we would block. And so part of what we're doing is deadening the nerve, plus we're also strengthening the bone by making these little micro fractures when we hit it. Okay. So now we've got this one. So this is a lower inner block. Now let's go to an upper block. Right? And again, the other side, upper block. Yep. So the leg that's in front should be the same with the arm. Right? There we go. And now that we're already finishing up, we're going to stay up, and now we're going to do an inner block. Right? Inner block, inner block, inner block. Right? And now we're going to do a lower crane block. One more here, lower crane, come across and down. Right? Other side, come across and down. Come across and down. Right? And now we're going to do this a few more times, and we're going to put it all together. All right? So, starting, yeah, first. Right? Now the other side. Now going up. Now going up. Staying up. Staying up. Now going down. And now going down. Okay. So that's the sequence. So keep the hand down. We don't want to do this. We want to do this. Yeah. We don't ever want to offer up this part of our arm. One, it's very dangerous. The heart meridian's here, the pericardium. So this is the muscle around the heart. Very dangerous. We don't want to stimulate that. But there's also a lot of veins and tendons here. So if you're ever stabbed or hit there, it's much worse than here. Here it's mostly muscle and bone. Here, a lot more going on. Right? So we're going to add to it. So we're going to go here, and then we're going to grab. Right? Other side. Grab. Come back up top. Grab. Up top. Grab. Right? Come around. Grab. 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 All right. Okay, and relax. Switching stations. Okay, last station. Give it your all. So here we're just going for strikes, right? So you go ahead and get that. I'll just be in the middle. And so you can do some punches, right? You haven't been shown really any strikes that we do here, right? You can also do a back hammer fist, which you haven't been taught either, right? You can also do some open hand. Right? You can move around a little bit, try to get a little combo. See if you can go high, high, low. Right? High, high, low. Right? Try to work on that. You can even switch it up. You can go high, low, high. Right? Teaching yourself these different combos. You can try high, high, come around to the side, so high again, but now you're doing like a hook or a side shot. So straight, straight, side, straight, straight, side, straight, straight, side, side, right? Straight, straight, side, side. Right? See if you can do a different 4 combination, working on those different combinations. If you have something where you can kick, maybe you do punch, punch, kick. Right? Right, you can get some elbows in there. And relax. Nice work. Let's put away the bamboo poles. Grab your stuff. Let's go back down to the gym, or the training area, excuse me. Nice work. Yeah, good work, everybody. Last one out. Please shut the gates. Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah. Woo! Yeah, the people are a little wore out on Sunday, but we got to bring the energy up. That's right. That's right.